sometimes you just got to eat the shit sandwich. In 2024, I caught over 100 flights for business. I was consulting to a national healthcare company, and I would fly to different cities and then commute to different cities on the same day to help build allied health practices and mentor practitioners and build strong retention models with private patients and predominantly ex-Australian military forces, so Army, Navy, Air Force, Special Forces. So I was seeing a lot of chronic pain clients. And at this time, some weeks I would fly out from Sydney on a Sunday to the Sunshine Coast, consult there on a Monday, drive to Brisbane Monday night, consult there all day on Tuesday, drive to Gold Coast Tuesday night, consult there all Wednesday, fly to Sydney Wednesday night, commute to Wollongong on Thursday, Western Sydney Friday, inner city Saturday, and fly back out on Sunday. And I chose this because it was a new and exciting experience for me to expand my career and do something different other than clinical practice as a medical professional in rehabilitation and injuries and in medicine as a podiatrist and sports practitioner. And it got to a certain point where it was a lot. So it was exciting and it was fun to begin with, and each day was new, and by the end of it, I referred to it as something that I've been saying for many years, and it's eating the shit sandwich with a smile and asking for more. There's going to be a lot of times in life that you do things that you don't necessarily want to do or would prefer to do, but you have to do it anyway. A lot of the time it's just what is required at that point in your life to move forward, to progress, to grow, to develop, or even just to get by, even just to survive. And I say this because when that contract ended suddenly and I found myself back in a position trying to build my own business again for the third or fourth time, it started again very slow, but it was something new, it was exciting. I was back into creating and building products and building new connections in my network to help scale a health coaching business outside of my clinical role in podiatry. And I did this because primarily that role was 95% of my income. So in one email, when that contract ended, there was 95% of my income stopped overnight in one email. So I was going back into building another business for the third or fourth time. It was exciting again, but my wife and I just spent a month in Thailand where I got to focus heavily on it. But I got a call from my accountant to say, doesn't look good, man. You should probably go back at this point and get some work while things pick up again. It's been about 8 years since I was employed by a company. During that time, I've started a sports rehabilitation business, a podiatry business, a global medical device company where I distributed sports rehabilitation equipment to professional sports teams across the world, including the NRL, NFL, NBA. I got to live in America, in LA for a while, and the Midwest. Traveled to Italy, Hungary, Japan. And after 4 years, when that business failed during COVID, that was actually when I went back to clinical work eating the proverbial shit sandwich again, because I did leave podiatry purely for the reason that I felt unfulfilled and that work wasn't giving me the satisfaction or the happiness, the joy. I wasn't my best self during that period. Hence why I took the opportunity to take a sales role and do something different all those years ago. But while Ash and I were in